And good evening, darling. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream today. This is episode 3 of Celebrity Final Fantasy VI. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Rylan, you had a dream about me last night where we were in a movie together and I played a fireman. What kind of movie was it? I need to ask now. Was it that kind of movie? Was it? I don't know. Hello to everyone who has turned up already anyway. Hello to all those already in chat. Fee, because the sky... Ooh, I'm having some slight issues with the game being full screen, so I think it's going to be wise if I just switch it to windowed, which will take a few moments. So everyone just hold tight for a second there while I do that. Boink. Boink, boink. There we are. As it keeps sort of flashing on me for some reason otherwise. Okay, right now. Hopefully we're good now and I won't do that again. Right. So, carrying on, lovely people. Welcome to the stream. Yes, who was I talking to? I said hello to Fee, hello to Because the Sky, hello to Obsidian Listener, Rylan, Ex Libris, Alex, Tiffany, and anyone I'm missing? Oh, Griffin Puff, Celebrity Final Fantasy. That is indeed correct, Griffin Puff. So to explain how this is going to work, hello Mary Rose. This is the 616, potentially the actual number of the beast, that as well, Griffin Buff. I'm sure you're aware, hence choosing that number. We're still not 100% sure whether that was the correct number or 666. It depends on the translation. And also would point towards either Nero or Caligula, depending on which number one believes in. But yes, Celebrity Final Fantasy. In other words, I will be doing very bad celebrity impersonations of the cast. This is the third episode. We have, as you are seeing in the bottom right-hand corner, already cast several of the members, and we'll be carrying on today. We are, if you're familiar with the game, we are just through Monk Colts. For those who are tuning in for the first time and do not know what is going on, our main heroine, I suppose you could call her, Terra, was brainwashed by the Empire. We know that much. She had a slave crown on her, which was making her obey their every command and essentially be as a sort of mindless zombie. I'm glad you're legit intrigued by the idea, Griffin. And they used her to invade a town called Nash, where an Esper had been found frozen in the ice after 1,000 years. An Esper is apparently... Oh, God. Wait till I've done the explanation at least, Mary Rose, okay, before you do that. I know what you're thinking. But yeah, an Esper is some kind of magical being, we know that much. And we know that 1,000 years ago there was a war called the War of the Magi, when Espers and humans waged war, and there was all kinds of other horrific things going on. And since then, magic has basically vanished from the world. However, our wonderful heroine, Terra, appears to be able to cast magic. That's a great start, though, Alex. Thank you for making me hydrate. And a stretch break, thank you. Slave crown, I say, indeed. I'll let you have thoughts about that. It's a PG-13 game, but obviously this stream is got me in it, so whatever. After regaining her memory when she connected with the Esper, she was rescued by a gentleman by the name of Loke, who we have played by David Tennant. And he took her south to Figaro Castle, meeting up with Edgar Roney Figaro, aka Neil Patrick Harris in our casting, and escaping an Imperial attack on the castle, they went south to South Figaro and they met with Edgar's brother, ascetic monk by the name of Sabin, who is in our version played by Jason Segel, because Edgar's played by Neil Patrick Harris. This is what you guys chose, okay? And we have gone through the mountain, and we are now about to reach the hideout of the Returners, who are the Resistance, basically. Now, believe it or not, although Sabin is a monk, you'd think he's a physical character, I'm putting him into the back row because his blitzes don't need him to be in the front row. Generally speaking, the front row is only used if you're going to be doing a lot of fighting, just using the fight command. And, of course, you did make food for yourself. You didn't ask anybody. That does make you a very good girl, Mary Rose. So, and also, I believe we may have picked up... Yeah, mithril claws for him. We managed to steal those off a bear, I think, which is great. So we got better tings for him. I'm also going to... This is going to sound a bit weird, but we're going to take everything off Loke. Because we're about... Well, foreshadowing, we're not going to need them on him for a bit. As soon as we get to the hideout. Of course, we might get into a fight beforehand. When do we not? That came out of nowhere, yeah. Sorry, Griffin. If you're not aware what I do check my profile. That is what I do for a living. But don't worry, there will not be any actual eroticism, so say, in here, but people can spend... people can spend channel points to make me call them a good girl, or whatever they want, really. There we are. Easy. This is the new version from Steam, the Pixel Remaster version, which is beautiful, as to be said, if you've played this game as many times as I have and as many different versions as me. And this would be the Returners hideout. We made it. We did it, people. The Returners hideout. Oh god, wait, let's see now. If all the Sips Orange Sunkus, same. Orange Sunkus is the stuff. Okay, so yes, here we are. We are at the Returners hideout, and we'll be picking what random accent are we going to use for all the people here. Let's go with Welsh, shall we? King Edgar, this way, please. Oh, we're about to meet a new NPC, so I should probably get this thing ready. Yeah, we just walk right through that bloke, apparently. Just, yeah, disregard. Let's have a chat to him, because it was rude of us to walk straight through him. The Empire wouldn't even think of looking for our headquarters here. A green cherry, in case we get imped. This is apparently a cafe. Welcome. Or an item shop, more to the point. Yeah, like I say, one of the big complaints about Final Fantasy VI is that there is only one item to restore magic points that you can buy, and it's stupid expensive. And that doesn't change throughout the game. I think we don't really need any of these things, though. Also, this... yeah, no, we'll talk about that later, maybe. Okay, anyway, let's move through here. How is that? I don't know. It's sort of set up like a cafe, isn't it? I mean, but it's an item shop. Go figure. Exactly. Right. That will be one of those save points. We have just saved, so I don't really need it. And there is the head of the Returners. This man is a man named Bannon. He is a great resistance leader with a lot of gravitas. As you know, we don't. I just can't outright cast NPCs like this, although we are going to be controlling him for a bit. He does still class as an MP3. As an MP3. He classes an MP3, which is one step up from if he classed as a real media file. No, he classes as an NPC. I say he is a resistance leader. He is a. He has deep gravitas and real power. Therefore, I've decided he should be played by. Brian Blessed. They're nose on, but of course they are nose on a bit of chicken. Bannon, we brought her with us. So, this is the girl. The one to whom the Esper responded. Esper? It seems the Empire had complete control over her. Pretty certain Edgar wants a few of those slave crowns in his bedroom, but yeah. Carrier pigeons have kept me informed. Of course they have. I also heard that she wiped out 50 Imperial soldiers in mere minutes. No, that's not... Terra. For heaven's sake, Bannon, the girl doesn't remember anything. Hiding from the truth won't change it. Perhaps you've heard this story before. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Well, when I get a chance to, I'm not going to do it during a cutscene, but we're going to be out of a cutscene soon, Obsidian, and then you can have the angry old Irishman. Okay. Perhaps you've heard this story before. Once, when people were still pure and innocent, there was a box they were told to never open. It contained drugs. No. But somebody went and opened it anyway. What a twat. And so unleashed all the evils we know today. Pride, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony, and slow internet. No, the only thing that remained in the box was a single ray of light. Hope. Let's getting that ready for when we're going to need that. ... I mean, you did the right thing, Obsidian Lesnar. You should have pressed it. Your power is a gift, not a curse. No matter what happens, you must remember that. You are this world's last ray of light. Our final hope. Bannon. I grow weary with the hour. Allow me to rest for a while. And off he fucks. There we are. Alright. I believe we're safe to do this then. So, 5 minutes of angry old Irishman voice. Starting... Oh, go away, you stupid GMPR crap. There we go. Now... Well, here we are inside this cave. We've waken up and of course, I mean, half this fucking game seems to be this young lady waking up and getting all kind of rah-y. But anyway, let's just go on. Season 2, Ultros with the Damned. Yeah, good call, Griffin. I think they will. That's a good call, yes, indeed. Anyway, I'm going to go talk to this freaking puff over here. The Empire took someone important from me. I've hated it ever since. If no one stands up to the Empire, more people will be left like me. That's why I joined the Returners. Well, that's a very good speech, but there's no one important in my life. I have no family, no friends. That's not true. And even if it was, I'm sure there's people who feel you're important to them. Those people could be counting on you. All right, well, that sounds a bit like he was trying to hit her, but I don't fucking know. Maybe not. Maybe when I'm stop being Irish, I'll explain what the fuck's going on over there. There's nothing in that pot. Okay, fine. Right, out this way, then we'll go talk to some other fuckers. The game is Star Wars. It is kind of Star Warsy, actually. Yes, that's to be true. Said. We'll come on to that shit later anyway, Mary Rose. We'll talk more about fucking Star Wars and all that shite. One of the best streams I've ever seen on Twitch. Oh, that's very fucking kind of you. Thank you very much, Griffin Buff. Much appreciated. Right, here are these people. Okay, who's this fucker? Okay, please have the courage to join us in the battle. Okay, fine, fuck off then. Another fucking Phoenix Down. Now, here's the fucking thing with Phoenix Downs, alright? They're fine for the party members, unless your name is fucking Aerith in Final Fantasy VII or several other characters across the series. There is actually a reason for that. Oh, the Knight's Cold. That's why we didn't buy one earlier. We got one for free. Fuck yes. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a fucking weird thing, but there we go. So, It means that you'll basically tank for other characters, but only if they're already kind of fucked, basically. So it's not actually that useful, because unless you're fucked at the time and someone tries to hit you with a fighting attack, doesn't work for any other fucking thing. You don't do anything with it. So basically, I mean, a better name for it rather than the fucking Knight's Code would be the fucking Neckbeard's Code, really, I suppose, wouldn't it? There we go. Anyway, here's Saban. Well, let's see what he has to say. I don't know what to tell you, but you know you can trust my brother completely. He always thought of my needs before his own ever since we were little. I think you should trust him too. But don't tell him I said that. He'll turn as red as a tomato. Okay, fine, fuck it. Mako and Vincent, that kind of shit, exactly, yeah. My cousin has stolen my stuffed octopus. Well, don't worry, we'll be getting you an octopus later on in this level. This stream, this episode of the stream. Therefore, the fucking thing. Well, shut up. I'm going to shut the fuck up and go in here now. I'm going to talk to this fucking misogynist twat again. Okay, fine. What do you got to say for yourself? It's not easy asking so much of you. And if we force our ideas on you, we're no different from the Empire. Oh, maybe he's not that much of a fucker. Neckbeard, I did fucking hear that right, exactly. So we want you to decide for yourself. Okay, fine. Thanks. So basically, you want me to decide for myself, but I have to decide the right fucking thing, or the game won't fucking progress anyway. So actually, I don't really have a fucking choice in the matter, do I? So, you know what? Fuck you, Edgar, and fuck the lot of you. Right, which way over here? If he takes that baby, you're going to shut up, please. Don't ever shut up, thank you. Yeah, you did. You did indeed hear that, right. Right, now, where the fuck are we going? Where the hell even are we? Okay, right, we talked, did we talk to this cunt already? Let's have a look and see. The Empire is snuffing out returners whenever it finds it. We were swearing away to strike back before it's too late. We must, hear that? The Empire, and we must strike back. Yep, those were the exact words used in this translation. It's a brand new translation, by the way, and I should probably, well, not brand new, but it's a more recent translation. I'll tell you a bit more about that later on when I'm not being an angry old Irishman. Have we talked to everyone so far? I'm not sure if we had or not. Yeah, I think we fucking have. Alright, it's a pretty... All things considered, it's a pretty fucking tiny base, isn't it? It really isn't very fucking big. You know, these fucking rebels. Okay, right, let's talk to this guy. Bannon, you went outside just a moment ago. Now, here's your fucking thing. Okay. Talk to this fucker again. And you joined in with the angry Irishman. Exactly right, you did. Which I think is about to come to an end, which would make sense because we're about to go into another fucking cutscene. But anyway, 30 seconds, alright, fuck it. We'll go in with it anyway, and I'll give you another little bit after this chat. About to have. Have you made your decision? Will you become our last ray of hope? Now, we're meant to say yes, of course, but you know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's tell him to shove it up his hole, shall we? Why the fuck not? No. I see. I have to go back inside. We have to go back inside. Because here's the thing. If we say yes, he's going to give us a relic called a gauntlet, which lets us hold... there we are. There's the alarm. Okay. So, right. If we say yes right away, he will... I shouldn't have closed that. Hang on. 5 minutes. Let's just put that back up again. So we've got it for next time. Okay, all right. Yeah, good. Where was I? Yeah, he will. He'll do a thing to us. Yes, he'll give us a free relic called a gauntlet, which is quite good. It gets you to put a Jedi lightsaber and stuff. Irishman, yes, indeed. And you guys said no to Ewan McGregor for one of the cast members as well. I'm actually quite glad we got Neil Patrick Harris instead. But yeah, so the gauntlet allows you to hold a one-handed weapon like it's a two-handed weapon, basically, and as a result, you do a little bit more damage and you get more defense, which makes no fucking sense. But because you can't use a shield. But the if we say no and we go back inside and we chat to a dude, I think who's in here, he gives us. You did want Ewan, I know, Mary Jane. I'm sorry. Majority vote. Then we get a better relic. There we are. This guy. I understand your apprehension, but too many innocent lives are being lost to the Empire while we stand here and do nothing. Please lend us your strength. This relic will help keep you safe. And we get a Genji glove, which is a significantly better relic because it lets us have swords akimbo, have a sword in both hands, which is freaking awesome. May the Force be with you, you fuck. Yes, absolutely that. Please, have the courage to join us in battle. We have also decided, Fox and anyone else who's joined us more recently, that the returners are all Welsh, because why not? Yep. So, quote right now. Yeah, okay. Fox, if you're able to, can you add that as a quote that what Griffin Buff just gave us with? Okay, there we are. Now you've mentioned Poultry the Dam, Griffin Buff, I know you are actually a listener of mine and not just someone who turned up. I always have to be. Hence, I wasn't 100% sure beforehand, which is why I explained that, as I feel it's only kind of right and proper that when people who don't already know me come into the stream, they are aware of what they're in for. Anyway, now we can talk to Bannon and say, yes, have you made your decision to become a last way of hope? Basically, you have to say yes or you can't do it, so there isn't really a decision in there. Anyway, well, really? You will? But I'm scared. We'll succeed if we all work together. Never give up hope. See, now, if we hadn't said that, if it said yes the first time, he would have said, don't fear, I'm going to give you this thing, or something like that. The person who holds this relic fear nothing, something along those lines. And we get the gauntlet, but yeah, we wanted the Genji glove. It's a better thing to get. I have a plan. Would you please gather everyone together? Oh, bugger, I forgot to flip. I forgot there was one thing you can do earlier on, which I didn't do. Never mind. There's a completely random, tiny little thing. Basically, where Bannon is standing right there, if... I'm not going to go back and go back to save to do it, but if for some random reason you go to that exact spot and press, well, enter in this, or A as it used to be, you find a piece of blank paper. And you can either throw it out then or leave it. And if you choose to leave it, then when you come down, when this happens, Bannon comes down, sees it, and says, who left this piece of paper here? And throws it away. And that's it. That's all it is. There's no rhyme, reason, or anything for it. It's just a thing. A little Easter egg, as it were. Very, very mad amusing. Anyway, well then. I like this club here. We all know the Gestalian Empire is using magic power to wage war. The question is, where did they get that power? I had Locke dig around for information. It seems the Empire has been gathering scholars from all over the world to study espers. Nash's esper was the reason behind the Imperial assault there. Are you saying there's some kind of connection between espers and Magitech? Espers and Magitech. Only one possible link comes to mind. Don't worry, Grim Buff. There is a whole pile of videos on demand, both on the channel and on my YouTube, for you to catch up, as it were. You don't mean the War of the Magi? No, that's impossible. My grandma used to tell me stories about magical machines. Hard to believe those stories were true. Has a queen bed, yes. You're saying we're on the verge of a second war of the Magi? It's only a guess. But the war took place 1,000 years ago. Every historian has a different hypothesis. But one says the energy drained from espers was used to power machines, and that ordinary humans were also infused with that same energy. So that's what Magitech power is. If we're gonna fight Magitech enemies, we need Magitech weapons of our own. No! That would bring about another war of the Magi. Then what do you propose? I was wondering if we might have a chat with an esper. No, Squeezy, welcome. No worries. Good for you applying for jobs. Congratulations. With an esper? It's risky, but that esper reacted to Terra so before. If we could get it to react to her again, maybe we might just be able to wake it up. Do you really think that would work? I can't say for sure, but I believe it's our best shot. Of course, we can't do anything without Terra's help. Terra? I'll do it. I'm not entirely sure I understand the plan, but what the hey? This sounds like it'll be fun. I love Sabin. He's so strong and just... yeah, no, he's just an adorable little puppy in that regard. What was that? That noise just now? Oh no. Bannon, sir. Oh no! One of their scouts has fallen over. South Figaro. What's wrong? What happened? The Empire taken South Figaro. They're headed this way. So they found us. We haven't a moment to lose. Locke. I know. Someone has to sneak into South Figaro to slow down the enemy, right? This is right up your alley. We're counting on you. Thank you, Streamlabs. Terra, wait for me. I won't be gone long. And watch out for a certain lecherous young king who shall remain nameless. That guy moves in like a hawk. Locke! Reaction! Edgar, old abbots die hard, eh? What about us? We can escape down the Leth River and make way to Narsh. I'm curious that Esper they found in the mines. Found our secret base on horse. Exactly, yeah, close enough. They don't have a Death Star yet. I'm curious about that Esper they found in the mines. Very well, I'll ready the raft by the back entrance. It's risky, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. It's not safe here. Come to Narsh. It could be a chance for you to get a better understanding of your abilities. We have no time to dilly-dally! Let's make for Narsh. Just moving my chair a bit further in because I'm going to get... Yes, it was the freezing cold planet, that's right. Yep. Wrong Francine. Right, there we go. Okay, so explaining a couple of little things before we go any further. So that was the reason I took all the stuff off Locke, obviously, because we didn't want to take away his... we didn't want to lose the equipment with him. We'll be catching up with Locke later, but for now he is definitely off screen, so goodbye to that charming picture of the stunningly attractive Mr. Tennant. Boop. Pop. Hey, you remembered something, did you? And that man should have some PTSD. Well, we may be meeting the... Yeah, Luke almost died twice. Yeah, we may be meeting someone with PTSD later, and we'll be finding out about why Locke has got this whole thing about why he's got this whole kind of White Knight thing and not leaving people behind, particularly ladies. Like I say, he's very much kind of the person that nice guys think they are, if they don't have the charisma of a brick. But he is actually kind of adorable in his own way. And yeah, it in the original translation, it felt a lot the way Locke phrased things made it feel a lot more like he was sort of being romantic and coming on slightly to Terra, and they've kind of fixed that a bit and he's really just looking out for her and the fact that, you know, Edgar's is Edgar basically a lecherous twat. Although, like I say, Edgar, while he flirts a lot, never actually gets any in the case of the game, except possibly once. We're not too sure about, and his story really is a bromance with his brother the whole way through, and it's actually kind of adorable. Anyway, let's go. So it is time to ride some rapids, people. Before bugger! I was. No, don't get on the raft yet, because we want to equip everyone and make sure everyone's in the right place. Now, Bannon is already in the back row, which is great. And we can put Edgar in the back row as well, because he... In fact, actually, I think we put everyone in the back row without much of a problem. We might... We could put Sabin in the front row. We're probably going to be using his blitzes more than any actual attacks, though. So I think we can probably quite happily have everyone in the back row at the moment. And so let's just make sure we're equipped correctly. I'm going to change his Hermes sandals for the hyper wrist, and we're basically going to... Actually, no, there's no point in adding the hyper wrist because we're probably not going to use any strength-based stuff. So actually, no, I'm going to take the Hermes sandals. I'm going to take the guy's gloves off him because we're going to give him a star banner. We could go with the... No, there's not much point in using the grungy glove. And then we want to make sure... it's worth us having silver spectacles on some of these guys anyway. Send me a good vibes, 9-1 being an idiot. I just tried to drink from a soda that's not been opened. Dude, I've been there. I think we've all been there, let's be honest. We're also going to just go optimal, just in case the main ghost can be equipped by her and it's better. Let me just have a quick look and see. Can she take the main ghost? She can't, no. Okay, we'll keep her with the mithril sword then. Now, we could potentially, this is the other thing, we could go with fighting on, could actually put Saban in the front row and give him that Genji glove so that he's doing a fair bit of damage, which is kind of tempting because he's kind of bricked anyway. But I think we're going to give him both those two, which together should boost the damage of one of his blitz quite well. And then just make sure he's got everything he wants. And then Bannon we can't do shit with because he's an NPC anyway. So there we go. Okay, I think we've equipped people pretty well. There's not much point in Genji gloving him because we're not going to be attacking. So I think we're good. We're good. Not much, just as basically changing around some of the party stuff and getting them all in a good station. And now we're all good, I think. Let's change the formation. We don't change the formation. Let's go! Here we go! Here we go, this raft will carry us to Nash. Up aboard the raft, yes. So, it's time for a rapid ride. Yeah. Head towards Nash while protecting Bannon at all costs. If Bannon falls in battle, the journey's over. Which makes no fucking sense, really, when it comes down to it. Because if anyone falls in battle, you can still bring them back to life again with a phoenix down. But for some reason, Bannon... Oh, no, Bannon's a special little snowflake who's not allowed to get hurt. Go figure. Anyway... Oh, here we go. And yeah, there's going to be a fair few of these, certainly. Seeing we got some new people in watching the thing. Please do feel free to introduce yourself, or not, as you see fit. But you are very welcome in the chat. So his Raging Fish should do more damage because we added those two relics onto him, basically. Terra has a fair few magic points, so I think we're safe to use that. And Bannon basically is going to do the same thing every round, which is pray. Which is all he's fucking good for, really. It says a lot about him. But it basically just casts a cure up on everything. And we're going into French. Okay, fine. Brilliant. Sur le rapide, sur le leth, je vais parler en français. Pas de problème. So yeah, let me just get the timer on. 5 minutes of French starting now. Ah bon. Et avancement, c'est un avancement en français peut-être pour Edgar et Terras. Très bien. Et peu d'exercice. Merci Obsidian Listener. Ouais. Et comme ça. Beaucoup de hobby, le MP. Ouais. How many? Beaucoup de redeem things. Ah, un choix, mais oui, ici peut-être un pôle. Non, mais non. Nous sommes avec un pôle cette stream pas fini. À gauche. Bon. Un autre bateau. Les Ultros. Ouais, le aura canon, c'est une blitz technique, c'est Hadouken. Le Leth River, c'est le fleur. Nous sommes voyage sur à ce moment. Pourquoi est-ce que c'est le cancan? Peut-être c'est mince. Je vais peut-être mince. Mais c'est une... mon chéri, ouais. Rylan, vous êtes mon chéri. Mince. Est-ce que je... faut... news, peut-être? je pense... Mais Leth River, c'est très dangereux. C'est... merde. C'est la même de la Seine, peut-être, mais ouais, c'est le même de la Seine, mais moins d'odeur. Ouais. Et peut-être moins dangereux. Oh, 2 minutes de français. Pas de problème. Oh. Ouais. Ouais, une autre version. Nous avancons par Vanice avec le sève. Mais c'est pas de problème. Bon. Baguette, ouais. Donc en France. En français, ouais. Le Meteor Strike, c'est un blitz technique. C'est très mal pour les adversaires dans l'éclair. Oui. Un exocyte et un nautiloïde dans l'eau. Oh, mince! Croissant, ouais. Croissant, frites en français. Pas French fries, frites. Les frites, c'est les compléments de steak. Et le steak... Quelle cuisson pour le steak? Le optimum cuisson pour le steak est à point. C'est le même de medium rare en anglais. Clair. Hop là! Je n'aime pas les laisser-l'opros. Bouillabaisse, ouais. Bouillabaisse, c'est très bon. Oui, on peut. Mais ma conjuration, c'est absolument bon. J'ai arrêté à par enfance. Ouais, c'est très bon, Griffin Puff. Ouais. J'ai habité en France pour 2 ans. Et mon français, c'est passable. C'est pas formidable, mais c'est passable. Boing! La gauche, c'est pas l'optimum direction. Mais c'est pas mal. Hop. Puis il faut dîner à livre, il faut bon appétit. That's the end of the French. Thank you very much for the redemption there. That was fun. And pardon me. What I meant to say, but couldn't think of the French to say it, was, did I kill myself there by casting fire on the party? I think that's what I did. And the guy actually accidentally flambéed the party instead of the enemy, and that's why we all died. Yes, indeed. Macaroon, yes, macaroons are fantastic. France is a fantastic country. I was lucky enough to live there for 2 years, and it is a wonderful place to live, but not if you're a vegan. The food is beyond anything you'll ever eat anywhere, but yeah, it's not a happy place for vegans to be, sadly. You just can't find vegan food everywhere. There's usually a vegetarian option, but it is always cheese related. We don't have a death count for this. We need to get a death count for this. We're on 2 now. We need a fail count, I suppose. And yeah, the fox does speak very good French, possibly better than me. Now, because we died, we lost some stuff there. Did we do a tent? We didn't do a tent. We have got a tent though, haven't we? And like I say, you may have noticed that we everyone has different tents. I don't know what is Bannon's tent, because Bannon should have one of his own as well. So let's see what his tent animation is. Everyone has a different tent animation. Oh no, we don't get to have him on the top. But yeah, there we are. Terra has this beautiful pink one with a bow, for example. They do love their cheese, it's true. We flambéed it, exactly. Oh! And see, now that is very good Griffin Buff. You see, note how Griffin Buff has put the two arrows either side. That is how you do speech marks in French. So, yeah, very impressive. Well done. You don't use what we'd consider to be speech marks. Right, okay. So, now let's put everyone in the back row. Although, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. It's not a problem. Because what we've got is quite... But in the battle we're about to go against, Edgar will possibly do more damage by fighting with 2 weapons than he will... It's because we've reached a save point, so we must be up about boss battle, as we know. So we're going to give him the Genji glove and the hyper wrist now. And that no, the Genji glove and the Geiger's glove, so it's doing more weapon damage, as it were. So he's using those 2 weapons. That's brilliant, perfect. Because we're going to have him fight, because the auto crossbow isn't going to be as useful against the boss fight we're going up to. Obviously, we're coming up to a boss fight. We know that because we're at a frickin' save point. Right, let's get some relics on these guys, though. Silver spectacles for you, fine. Star pendant for you. No. Hermes sandals. Hell yes. No. Let's give him the hyper wrist. Brilliant. And then we'll give her the Hermes sandals. Excellent. We'll just spam magic. Good call. Excellent. Wonderful. That should be fine there. Let us do another save in case we get our asses handed to us. This is great. We're getting an actual bilingual chat going on here. See, this is how you know we're a classy stream right here. It is 5:15 here in the UK, so we're doing quite well on time. We've got plenty of time. We'll definitely be able to go into the next part after this for quite a bit, and well, that'll be another decision for you guys. We will be doing a poll for that, and you'll see what I mean soon. Off we go. Anyway, we're about to meet a true classic of the Final Fantasy series. A character who first appeared here and then since ended up in lots of other ones because he became basically a meme. Alright. Yeah, we've got plenty of that. So yeah, Meteor Fist is a... I affect that, didn't I? Did I get it wrong? I might have. Oh no, we got it right. Meteor Fist is basically a suplex. He takes the person up and smashes them down, which is great, except against enemies that aren't on the ground. If the enemy is in the air, it doesn't work, and if they're like on the water or something, you do much less damage. No, between French and English, good for you. Yep. 5 hours ahead, and I wonder I could make it to the other streams. Yeah, England. That's how it works. I should possibly post on Reddit when I'm doing the streams as well. Okay, so we're going to go left, I think. Is where we need to go, because I think up just takes us in like a circle as far as I remember. Yeah, left takes us through this. We lost now with all the French and I started it yet. Entirely off. Oh, I shouldn't be doing... See, I have this habit of just pressing it without thinking, but yeah. I'm pretty certain there's a way to configure it so that it just does it so that it remembers where we were each time, but yeah. Anyway, we're done. Good. Hey! Yeah, I found an awful lot of my listeners are in Eastern time, as it were. Another save point and a recovery. Now that's interesting. That's new. You remember how first episode we talked about recovery springs, and actually the second one as well, that they were a thing they introduced in this game where you would go to a recovery spring. If you found a recovery spring and used it, you would get all your hit points and magic points back for free. And there's like 2 in the game near the beginning, you never see them again. It looks like they're starting to place them all over the place in this new update, so that's nice, because that wasn't there last time I played. And last time I played was the Android version, which was the most recent version before this. I have pretty much played every version of this game that's ever came out except the PlayStation version, which was basically exactly the same as the original. The SNES version had a very and PlayStation version had a very controversial translation in some ways, because back in those days, morning stretch and coffee time, brilliant. We'd love to have Pacific people too, because back then Nintendo had kind of a policy of nothing above PG-13 basically, and everything should be reasonably kid friendly. So lots of things that were in the Japanese version were not translated across. Those have basically been restored in the newer translations. However, sometimes not quite as far as they were in the original Japanese, and I'll point this out to you when we get there. Anyway, let's go fight this dude. First, let me just see if in configuration, battle mode. Wait, no, we can do active. We'll do active. Let's go hardcore. Right. Actually, no, I will. Yeah, what the hell? Cursor memory, that's what we want. Brilliant. Graphics display, standard, classic. Oh, that's quite fun. Yeah, that's how it used to look back in the day. Anyway, these are funny. I haven't actually looked at these. Oh, we can have a gamepad. Maybe I should equip a gamepad at some point. Anyway, let's not quit the game. Let's go back. Text grammar and French to my writing. Same. That's good. Yeah, writing has always been the issue for me with French. Writing French is very hard for me. I can read it, I can speak it, I can listen. Usually listen, depending how fast they speak. Writing, fucking nightmare. I mean, it's easier when you're using swipe on a phone keyboard, for example, or some other thing that kind of does predictive text or autocorrects it. But it's still, because then at least I get the spelling reasonably right, but yeah, it's still tough. Craft time, good for you. More levels. Like I say, when you level up in this game, you don't gain any stats, ever. You only ever gain your hit points and your magic points, the only things that ever go up. Unless... Well, and later on, like I say, you'll be able to control, or will be able to control, a single stat based on something else that we'll be able to equip. We'll talk to that later. Have to have a French keyboard. Yeah, it makes sense. But the calculations for battle damage and stuff are based on those. Here we go. Hey, what do we got here? This, everybody, is Ultros. Ultros is an octopus. He is a character who he's kind of a comedy recurring boss. He's basically a meme. And he... I'm a little poorly, yeah, I think I've got a bit of a cold. And he is appearing here for the first time, but after this he appeared in the remakes of Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy, and he appeared in the sequel to Final Fantasy IV as sort of a guest boss, and then he guest stars in a bunch of other later Final Fantasy games as well. Like I say, essentially, he is a meme, which is why he will be played by the actor Steve Buscemi. You're up the creek without a paddle, and I'm not gonna let you through. Does that make me a bad octopus? But yeah, he's the kind of bad guy who comments on literally everything. Youch! Oh, seafood soup is not on the menu. Oh, now that's one tasty morsel. I'd love to get my tentacles around her. Yep, we just had a Japanese porn joke, people. That was not in the original translation, trust me. But that was pretty much in the Japanese. No, none of us are neurotypical. Cost Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson would definitely be up there at some point, trust me. Youch! Seafood soup is not on the menu. Yeah, he has basically certain things that trigger. Muscleheads. I hate them. We're gonna do some curing because we. Oh, actually, we didn't need to do that. Never mind. Did you? Oh, he missed because he's got that going on. Of course. Not trash. Yeah, we're not trash, but ADHD makes you a superhuman. Don't forget, people. Like I say. Oh. Ah, shit. Okay. We need to get him back up again. Well, maybe. I don't know. We can probably go without him. Neurodivergent. Yeah. Yeah, but no, not exactly. We're not trash. Like I say, we're superhumans. As I said in my ADHD audio, you know, you are a god amongst insects. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. You ugly mug. Your ugly mug gives me the creeps. Oof. Didn't quite. That's why we have him in the back row. William Dafoe, definitely. I think we can definitely see William Dafoe at some point. Oh, fuck off! Really? Did I do it again? Did I flambe my own party again somehow? It's all right. We'll have another go. Yeah, we're absolutely in favour of a god. I wouldn't say a god. Maybe a superhuman. Nah, it's a quote from the original X-Men movie. That's why I use it. But yeah, it's, you know. Be more Magneto, less Cyclops, people. 33 million or diners kid. No, I do, but I do that. Yeah. Yeah. It's common among people who are related to each other, yeah, it's kind of amazes me that so many of us GWA people are ADHD and NSFW Twitter. How did I did it again? I don't know how I did it. It just happened. Anyway, don't worry. We'll kick his ass again this time. It's a quote. Yes, it's a quote. Sorry, from the first X-Men. No, the second X-Men movie. The original cast, the original recipe X-Men movies. We don't talk about the third one. That was just horrific. But yeah, the second one, Magneto says to Pyro at one point, tells him, "Yeah, you are a god amongst insects. Let no one tell you otherwise." Okay, let's do it again. Hey, what have we got here? Right, this time we're not going to let Bannon die. Useless bastard. The moment he gets hit with it, if he's in the front row, by the way, the moment Ultros uses tentacle on him, he's fucked. But yeah. That's what we're going to do. These three things. Ouch, seafood Susan. Fucking horny god. Yeah, you are. Oh, he always does it to bloody... Okay, right. It's alright, we're going to... There's no point trying to do fighting attack while he's got that. We should have put thingy on him, shouldn't we? Should have put the other stuff. Oh, and we hit him with one of the things anyway. That's good. Oh, that's a tasty morsel. I'd love to get my tentacles around her. Slurp. That is just so wrong on so many levels. Bioblast to the fucker. Yeah, he casts ink whenever he gets hit with fire, which is not really much of a problem because being blind doesn't really damage us that much here. Except, you know, if we're using fight. Not. Yeah, Bioblast is not amazing, but muscleheads, I hate them. Yeah, that's a totally normal thing, Alex. It can also go completely the other way. I've heard it say that for people born with penises, it can often be the other way, that we suck at school and then we rock it when we get to uni. And for people born with vaginas, it can be the other way around. I don't know how true that is. And yeah, it does present people to different people. And also, it is massively undiagnosed in people with vaginas, basically. Aha, we've won. Okay, right. Sploosh! Glub, glub. Think it got the point. I wouldn't bet on it. It's probably just hiding down there, waiting for a challenge. No, not challenge. No, wrong thing. Ew! Something stuck to my leg. Terra, get away from there. Hey, you Squeezy. We should be all right now. Hey, I'm freak. I'm gonna smash it with a blitz. Such a Labrador, he's wonderful. No, Sabin, out of my way, Edgar. Well, he's always been a bit rash. Sabin. Oh, he'll be fine. Are you sure, Bannon? You're his brother. You should know better than any of us. Any second now, we'll flop back onto the raft. Right as rain. Ah! What? Yep. And that's the thing right there, Alex. People all think about it being the hyperactive and running around and being crazy, and that's because that's how it manifests in penis owners when we're very young, which all the research was done in. If we don't get diagnosed when we're young, then we tend not to get diagnosed later because we've used coping mechanisms basically of our own, usually unhealthy ones, to push that shit down. I think he missed the onto the raft part. Sabin! Sabin, you're on your own now. Exactly that, Rodham. Sabin! Well, he goes this way, we go that way. And now, we have this point. Now, I've talked to you about this before, but one of my favourite things about Final Fantasy VI over other Final Fantasy games is very much an ensemble cast. Terra is kind of the closest thing the game has to a protagonist, but the game very much is about all these different characters together, and they all have individual stories, and they all, and you do all their stories pretty much throughout the whole thing. And there's, for example, here in a traditional game, one would assume we just stick with what's left of the main party and find the other guys later. However, we are going to be playing through all three stories, and we get to choose which order we play them in. So, time for the narrator again. Edgar and Terra race towards Narsh while protecting Bannon. But what of Sabin, who was swept away by the raging waters? And how is Locke faring after having penetrated the Empire's defenses in South Figaro? Is all going according to plan? Exactly that, Squeezy. Choose a scenario, Kupo! Hello, Mog. How are you? Can we steal things from him this time? No, we can't. Okay, right, just checking. Right. So, we get to choose... well, first we get to save, obviously. But then we get to decide which of these parties we're going to follow. And it is going to be up to you guys. We are going to put it to a vote. The three are of different lengths, basically, and we can do them in any order we like. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference. So I'm not going to say anything more, basically, because I don't want to don't influence in any way. We have got an hour, so we can quite happily do. Yeah, we can probably get 2 of them done, or a fair block of one of them. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say which one. Either way, we are going to be doing. We're going to be doing a poll to find out which story first. Should we have Locke? That's David Tennant, the treasure hunting thief type. Should we have the trio? We'll call them. That will be Edgar, Terra, and Bannon. Or should we follow Sabin first? We will be doing all 3 of them. It is just a question of which one we do first, basically. So, there's your poll. Get in there, people. I'm loving all this. Join for sexy talk, got video game nostalgia and ADHD info. That's what it's all about. Sexy British accent, but I do try my best to make the experience meaningful in some way. As you've probably seen in a fair few of my audios, actually, especially anything with an afterword. Right. So yeah, get voting, people. It's all up there. Oh wow, okay. Oh, well, we're split between Locke and Sabin. 3 out of 5 going for Locke, 2 out of 5 going for Sabin. Who are we doing first, people? Oh, and it does seem to be friggin' even now. If you haven't voted, please do. It's in the chat. If you don't know how to do so, it's in the twit. And yeah, it is the beauty of the community. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And like I say, I mean, every person, if you basically, you have to go into the vote and click it, Rylan, if you want Sabin. So you see there should be at the top of the chat a thing for you to vote. I don't know how it is. Oh, there we are. 4 out of 3 to Sabin now. Wow. Or looks like we might be doing Sabin first and Locke second, but who knows? We will see. There's still a bit of time. Could still go either way. No one cares about the trio. Fine. Okay. Oh, and we are wow. Okay, and we're back to even again. Tiny bit left. Can't make our own dopamine. Store-bought is fine. Yeah. What is store-bought dopamine then? Except for the fucking meds we get. Right. Okay. It is a tie, people. So, I will. I'm happy doing either. I'm not. How are we going to choose this? I suppose we do a coin flip, shall we? Do we do a coin flip? Heads and tails? Do that. Okay. And we'll go heads, Loke, and tails, Sabin. In Loke's scenario, we'll be meeting one more party member. In Sabin's scenario, we'll be meeting 3 party members, essentially. Yeah, medication, exactly, damn right. 2... that's the store-bought dopamine. Yeah, I know. It does. If only it was outright dopamine you could buy, though. That would be just so much better, wouldn't it? We're meeting 3. 2 of them will be coming back with us. Sabin's scenario is significantly longer, but either of them come with trigger warnings at certain points, I would say. So let us. Let's flip a coin. Okay. Actually, let me check. Fox is a mod. Fox, did you vote when we did the vote, Fox? Because if not, I'll give you the silent decision. If you already voted, then it's not down to you. And we will... I need a fucking coin. Where's the fucking coin? Here's a coin. Excellent, go on. Okay. Giving Fox a moment to respond there, because as my mod, I think I could give you that. You did? Okay, cool. In that case, I'm flipping it. Heads, Loke, and tails, Sabin. We'll do the other one second. It is heads. Okay, right. Loke it is. Here we go. So, of the 2 scenarios, Loke's is the shorter. I will say that. I would say there is, when we meet the party member, there are some reasonably serious trigger warnings, and I will let you know when we're there what we're talking about, and those who need to drop out, people. Okay. Loke has worked hard to stymie the efforts of the Imperial troops in South Figaro, but now he desperately needs to escape. Right, let us get our casting changed, because obviously that isn't, we don't have those people anymore. Damn it, gotta make tracks and get to Nash. So the scenario here basically is escape from South Figaro. Now, if we try and hit this guy, we're going to get our asses kicked. What are you doing here, Scram? No, just... Okay. Locke, we are going to keep in the front row because his most attack is that. Now, while the air knife... It's a decision, this. So the air knife is does more damage... And it also sometimes casts an air attack on people. It does, however, give us less evasion and less. Main Ghost gives us evasion and agility. I think we're gonna stick with that for now, though. Gonna drop in a few. Feel depression. Do it, Rylan. Do it. Take care of yourself, yeah, dude. Okay, relics. Now that's a mistake. I should have. Well, there wasn't any way to unequip people to get the other stuff, but that's okay. Never mind. Let's take those two and just go for it. Proudly, exactly that. What this guy said. Just state what kind of content will require trigger warning. I have not stated it yet. I'm very happy to. If people want to, I can state it now. We've got a while before we get there. But if people would write like the heads up far in advance, I'm happy to do that. This is Duncan's wife. Rich people's homes always have secret passages. Do they? You just have to search for a place until you find a draft. Well, there's an interesting thing to suddenly say. But thank you so much for having a safe point in your basement. See you later, Rylan. Take care, yeah? Cool with waiting, yep. I can tell you that the character we're going to meet basically in here, saying when you get close to be a good idea. Yeah, I will be stating it. Don't worry. And I can say, you know, it's not explicit, but it's the triggers are potentially there, which is why it's important to me to let you know in advance. I think when we get there. We are also going to meet a cast member who I haven't, who I didn't actually trailer, as it were, on Twitter today. So we'll see what you guys go for them when they turn up. Assume we do get to them, which we should get to before. I think we probably may be able to get through Locke's entire scenario today, but we'll see. Right, don't talk to Magitech armor, people. It's a very bad idea. You know it's not going to end well. Great. Okay. So, if you remember when we went through South Figaro last time, we talked to this guy and he talked to you about having cider, and I think he's still the same, isn't he? I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. Of course, I forgot all the Figaro people are French as well, aren't they? question. Knee-high, that isn't a question. Knee-high boots all the way, obviously. Unless it's really hot. Yeah, in French, being NB is not a fun place. I'm going to tell you. But they would, for the third-person pronoun, you would probably use on, as in one, which is a thing one uses anyway in French. The real problem with it being genderqueer in French is that everything is gendered. Every word is gendered. But instead of il, elle, one would use on, probably. My grandpa used to be the seventh for richest man in town, but he's only supposed to let merchants through here right now. Oh, so we can't go through there. I mean, depends on the boots. Are we talking cowgirl boots here? Probably not if they're knee-high. If we go to the item shop, though. Is Ella. Yeah, exactly. Stay away from those armored soldiers. They'll kill you just for talking to them. Well, welcome. Right. Always make sure you have a couple of tents. I think otherwise we're probably okay. Maybe a couple of eye drops just in case, but you know. Like most Final Fantasy games, you usually have an abundance of items. And there's... Oh, not in that one. Usually there's an elixir hiding in a clock. You're that infamous thief, look, aren't you? Oh, now that was just plain rude. I'm a treasure hunter and don't you forget it. And we're going to fight the merchant. Why would we be fighting a merchant? What is the point of us fighting a merchant? Well, quite simply because we can steal from him. Not this time. We stole a plumed hat. And we stole his clothes! Oh my goodness me! Hardcore nudity. Well, not really, he's in his pants. Mine were like pirate boots. How warm is it out there, Mary Rose? I think I would let the weather decide, basically. If it's hot, you probably don't want the big pirate boots. Here we go. And now we're a merchant. These are a little tight, but the price was right. I know. And I love how the name of the character changes to birthday suit. Brilliant. Why do I always have to go and open my mouth? But now we're dressed as a merchant, so we can sneak past that bit, because you can only let merchants through, remember? I have a feeling there is something up here, though. Oh no, we can't go through him. But I think he just says that we're not buying it. I'm not buying anything. Yeah, okay. My birthday suit's scandalous indeed. Exhibitionism, people. There is a script in this somewhere about stealing people's clothes off them. 75-degree flip-flops. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't put boots on if it's that hot, probably. It was they, them. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, ugh. How do you do it? Yeah, I would imagine, Fox, that you'd go with on s'appelle would be the on s'appelle Fox, peut-être. Je ne sais pas. There we are. My grandpa used to be done. You are a merchant, right? Okay, go ahead. Excellent. Brilliant. Anything in here? Probably not. Oh, there we are. A potion. Now, I got this mad memory. There's some, like, secret passage down here somewhere with some stuff in it, but I could be wrong about that. No, I'm mad. I'm mad. Hopla. Right. Right, now. My radius hands, I'm eating focaccia bread. Focaccia bread should be taking all your concentration, Squeezy. That is a brilliant thing to be doing. Right, where'd that dude go? There he is. Soldiers in the Imperial Army have different ranks. The one in green are the low-ranking grunts. Thank you. Those low-ranking soldiers in green love to start fights even though they never win. That's useful to know. They're so slow you could steal their clothes right off their backs. Really? Could you now? Could you? That's good to know. Thank you. Sure, that'll come in useful. Now. Yeah, nothing there of any use for us. Actually, just make sure we've got... We have got one extra mithril sword, haven't we? I think that's what they're saying. Yeah, okay. Yell as a pronounce the thing. Putting it together. That's quite clever. Don't we need anything here either, do we? No, we're good. Okay, yeah, we got all the stuff we need. Okay, right. And I'm just checking we do have... We do have... No, we don't have an extra... Oh no, because we're gonna get the... There is a sword we're gonna get. That's okay. Sorry. Just remind myself we might need a sword for the new character we're gonna be picking up, but I believe we're gonna pick one up, so it should be okay. Now, is there anywhere else we can go to right now? Because we want to get that cider from the old man. I know. Can't get into the rich man's house because, funny enough, that's where we're going. After that clue about the rich people having things. I hope you do look cute as fuck, Mary Rose. I'm sure you do. Also, pictures that it never happened. Right. Aha! There is a man in green, and they like to fight, apparently. So we could steal his clothes right off his back, could we? Were there any more? Yeah, I thought so. A teleport stone. That sounds much more cool than it is. A teleport stone is something we can use to run away instantly from a battle, or if you're in a dungeon, you can use it to go straight to the entrance of the dungeon if you need to get out for some reason. What are you doing here, Scram? Right. Those guys too. Also changes to birthday suit. Here we go. These are a bit too large, but he didn't charge. Well, what? I can believe that. Must be difficult, folks. Bless you. Anyway, now we're dressed as a soldier, so we can hopefully get through some of those soldiers and shit. Oh, I remember why we need the cider now, because there is a secret passage, and we need the cider to get into the secret passage, because that's how we get to the rich man's house. That's it. Now I can relieve this guy as far as I remember. Oh, is my shift up already? Great, I'll go take a break. We can't just get a chocobo and leave. That would make life much easier. We can go back into the inn, though. Now, I don't... So he hasn't got any relics, really, much use. I don't think there's much we really need at this point. You know what, let's get some silver spectacles just in case someone blinds him, because he is going to be using fight as his damage, basically, all the time. And then we can get out of here. And funnily enough, when we get into the pub, all the soldiers are drinking there. It seems our famous Lady General turned traitor. I heard they have her locked up somewhere in this town. Oh no, I'm late for my shift guarding the underground passage of the mansion. Oh well, better late than never. Underground passage to the mansion, wow, that makes it easier. I heard there's 2 tunnels beneath the door of the mansion. One that leads to another house, the other leads out of town. These guys are so useful. My last job because you know... Okay, now there's a story because of the sky. We need to hear this. We absolutely need to hear this. And Alex, everything is going to look good on you, dude, because you're a wonderful human. Everything looks good on everyone. Yeah. You tell us this story. You must tell us this story. He won't bloody talk to me, that guy. How rude. Anyway, this is where I think the cider is. Was there anything down here? I can't remember. I don't think so. Alright, good. Hey, you! You came to steal my cider, did you? Oh, you dirty little thief! Well, that's just not going to end well. Let's pretend that he attacked first, shall we? Let's do a Star Wars rewrite on that. So we're going to his clothes again. Now we're a merchant again, as we do. He's a real type, but the price was right. Wah! I think you look fantastic, dude. And we attained the cider! Hooray! We've got cider! And the world has instantly become a better place because we own some cider. That means we can go talk to the man. If you need to, you can become a soldier again at this point, but you don't need to. And if you go to the, if you go back to the house dressed as a soldier, you aren't able to get past the little boy. So it gets annoying. The first time you do this scenario, you spend quite a while wandering around trying to get it right. Basically, trying to work your way through it like a little puzzle. After you've done it once, though, you kind of know what you're doing. Yep. Go on, let me do. Now we've got cider, he's going to talk to us, apparently. Ah, cider! Oh, secret passage? Well, yes, there is a tunnel from here to the mansion in the north end of town. Go downstairs and tell my grandson the password. It is, oh, I forget. Straight up Star Wars, yeah, I know, right? The password is Rosebud Courage or Failure. And I believe it is courage. I'll show you the secret entrance. Boom. Thank you. So I seem to remember that was. I don't know. Anyway. Through the passage takes us up to here. Bribe with alcohol. Yeah, that's the answer. Now we've been here. No, we haven't been here yet, have we? There should be a elixir in the clock. There's always an elixir in the clock. Look at some visual effects. Even a commercial place working on Final Fantasy XIV trailers. Oh wow, amazing! Yeah, I played with them. So do you know what a chocobo is? You can talk to Lance and they. That's fantastic, brilliant, brilliant. What a cool job! Love it. Right, here we go. Into the rich man's house. You may remember when we came through South Figaro the first time. The rich man was writing a letter about how people could attack the city. Meaning attacking him. He sold it out. The Imperial troops have turned this house into their headquarters. Thanks to our inside information, this town fell with no resistance. Yes. Go talk to these kids first, because... Guys, trids are carving me nuts. Can't they keep quiet for 2 minutes? Clang, 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 clang. A magic armor. Wind the clock, wind the clock. Oh, that was just a jump rope. Right. Why is she French? Basically, we decided a while back that everyone in South Figaro and Figaro Castle are French, because why not? It's just as far as the random NPC is concerned. Right, here's the... Yeah. Oh, what have I done? I betrayed my town to the Empire. All I could think of was the money. And we were told to listen out for the draft. I hear a draft. Okay. Here's where I give you guys the trigger warnings. So, the character we are about to meet is one of the Empire's generals who has who's turned traitor. She is a woman, obviously, as you may have earlier, and when we're gonna see her, she will be being beaten up by a couple of soldiers. It is implied, like I said, we go over the heads of a kid, but it's implied in this that she has been sexually abused during that beating up. So yes, there are rape trigger warnings for the next sort of 10 minutes or so. If that it's not explicit, but it's there, like I say. So if you obviously no issues whatsoever if you need to turn off for a few minutes and come back when that's over. And we'll be, yeah, like I say, finding out when we enter that. Remove the disguise. Yes, we can remove the disguise. We don't need to go as a merchant. Right, we've already been down there, I think, haven't we, to that... Oh, yeah, to where the jail was. Have we? Yeah, we got the stuff out of here. That's it. What kind of guy is it? Be back soon then. Yep, no worries, Fox. Like I say, give it 10 minutes. Scene does not take long. Basically, as soon as I'm going to look into that door. Also, there's a very bad line in the script, which was originally taken out in the original translation. I believe they put it back into the retranslation. I don't know whether they've removed it now or not. We'll find out. Anyway, so yeah, go away now will be the time. We're just looking through the door and we're seeing her apparently. I know I've seen her before. Wait a second. She's one of the Empire's generals. This is what happens to traitors. Ah, okay. So it turns out they have actually removed that. So in the first few versions of it, you actually saw them punching her, as it were. But yeah. Line back in when it was different times, basically. I'll show you it when it comes in anyway, Alex. Yep. It was originally removed because of them trying to be less adult, or being for kids, as it were. It was put back in because as a sort of let's put back all the stuff out that we took out because we're trying to make it kiddie, and then yeah, well, you'll see when it comes there. A Magitech knight forged by the Empire and tempered in battle. None have ever truly known the woman behind the general's guise. So this is Celes. I think in sorts of fairness, we are going to wait a moment before we cast her, because I don't want Fox and others who may have left to miss out on the chance to take a vote because they had to get away for the thing. So yeah, they cut the tentacle joke too. Exactly, yeah, exactly. And quite a few other little things here and there. There's a couple of very famous cuts they make in towards the second half of the game, which I'll tell you about when we get there, basically. But yeah, like I say, in the original, they had animations where they would go forward and beat her up, and she sort of sat down onto the floor, as it were. I mean, it's still sprites, you know. She wasn't like, you know, getting, it wasn't that dodgy, but you know. So the mighty Celis has fallen. Ha 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 ha. I'm just going to use a general female voice until we've chosen who this is going to be. Not as far as those who use their strength to oppress the weak. Quiet. Kefka's planning to poison every last man, woman, and child in the kingdom of Doma. Shut up. Again, that would be a point where should have got this. Who is Celis? We're going to be casting her in a moment. I wanted to get past this scene before we do the cast because we're going to put it to a vote, obviously, and I want to give those who had to take a break a chance to be part of it again. Run that mouth yours while you can. Your execution's tomorrow. Keep a close eye on her. Yeah, yes, sir. I can stand for days without sleep. Hang on for days without sleep. Yeah, again, in this she just falls over. Originally she was beaten until she fell over. That has been thankfully removed now. Which I had forgotten, otherwise I needn't really put the warning on to such an extent. He is, of course, asleep. Right. Yeah, that was the line in particular that is technically still there. Which, like I said, the original Japanese had, I think it's, I just want to look for now or something like that. But yeah, so they made it more. Anyway, we'll remove her bindings and get her out of there. And then that is the dodgy scene over, as it were. Whew. Are we all okay? Is everyone all right? We are. Yeah, it really is better safe than sorry than when it comes to trigger warnings, Alex. Exactly. And there were going to be trigger. You may have seen that whole thing about Doma about going to be poisoned, and that is part of the Sabin scenario, and so that bit does come with a kind of mass murder, genocide trigger warning, as far as I'm concerned too. But besides that, I think we're pretty much for the rest of it. They're very helpful. No problems, not a problem at all. I think we should be all right. Had a commercial break. See, that's the thing I could have done. I could have run a commercial break at that point. I could have actually done one. But here we are. Anyway, it's done. It's done. It's over. Let me wait a couple moments, and we'll see if. Let me actually give Fox a message. The only other thing is that when you go to equip her, she hasn't got anything on her, basically. She's no armor, no weapon or anything, which, again, they're little things that as an adult playing the game, you would notice. As a child, when I first played this game, I was, I think, 13. I didn't get it at all. It went right over my head completely. And that was with the beating thing, and got to watch some dinosaurs and said, that's not a bad thing to be watching. So I'm actually going to take a couple of seconds because I need a bio break. And if someone wanted to send Fox a DM, that'd be good. Actually, let me do it. It's my job. Here we are. I'll take a very, very, very quick bio break, and I'll be back, and we'll do the vote then, and we'll carry on. Right, see you in like 1 minute, guys. Okay, and we're back. Right. Let us, before we carry on, let's cast this character then. So I'm going to... We didn't actually... Like I said, I didn't preview this because I didn't think we were going to be doing lock scenario today. I thought you'd probably go for one of the other ones. But I am going to... I'm going to give you some of the... I'm going to give you two ones which are suggested by the internet, basically. That I think are good castings. I'm going to give you one of my own, and I'm going to give you a couple because of who we've cast as Locke, basically. So let me just type these out. You are getting a choice of 5 this time, people, because there are quite a few. And anyone who knows the game, if you know the game and there's someone you'd like to suggest, do jump it in, like, right now. But, yeah. Or, you know, or if they're just... Now you know a little bit about what kind of character she is. Celes is a wonderful character. But she suffers a little bit from Trinity Syndrome, in my opinion. In that, you know, she's an ass kicker to start with, and she kind of sort of loses some of that as the game goes on to become more of a love interest for Loke. It's not really much of a spoiling thing to say that. We will be doing our best to negate that in the way in which I will be playing her, basically, is my attempt, because that frustrates me, because she is awesome. And she's kind of, you know, one of the main characters particularly in the second half, we get a lot of her. And she does show a lot of emotion and stuff. So yeah, and has a really amazing personal development story in a way. It's just she does basically simp for Locke a bit too much, in my humble opinion. When, you know, she's a fucking general, for God's sake. Anyway, yes, that's the 2 from there. Then we've got my one. So, and I think because of who we have playing Loke, we're going to have these 2 as well. All right, choice of 5. You've got 2 minutes. Have at it, people. She is a great character. Griffin Buff is the truth. It just upsets me that she simps so much, basically, in the latter half, here and there, when she is, awesome in a way. It feels sometimes a little bit like the writers. I mean, you know, it was the 90s, I guess, whatever. But whereas Terra is kind of the opposite. Terra is Terra starts very much all this kind of confused and oh dear, I don't know, and just becomes total legend, as it were. She's still kind of is a bit sorrowful and introspective in some points, but she is, So let's see where we're going with this. Wow, we are having a very, very big response to this so far. I'm liking this. 6 votes in so far. It's sad, Alex. It is sad, yeah. I wouldn't say her brain turns to candy floss, just only regarding him, basically. You know, she and in battle she still fucking rocks, is the truth. You know, like Terra, she is very strong in, and this is one of my favorite things about Final Fantasy itself. Final Fantasy VI itself is that, you know, they don't do the whole usual thing of, the girl characters are weak physically and strong at magic. She is both strong as a physical fighter and as a magic user, and she has an epic ability called Runic, which used rightly is that. Oh, there we go. Looks like, there we are. Looks like we have a winner, people. And I think it's a pretty good cast. 1 second. While I get the picture. I think that's a good one. and we'll just get the image up for yous. Yes. There's a couple of other people I would potentially have cast, but you wouldn't know who they are. They're only really known in Britain. But yeah, it looks like we've got Miss Knightley in the role, which is a great choice, in my opinion. Yes, I would love to have seen Taylor Swift as well in it, listener, or any of them, actually. But yeah, let's get... let me just quickly... It won't take long. Make a little edit to this image, and we'll get it up there, and then we'll carry on. And I'll do my best to do my best Kira impression for this, if I can. I know it's 1:15. I am going to go on a little bit later, people, unless my flatmates suddenly come back, because I think it's only right that we finish lock scenario now that we're there, basically. And it shouldn't be too hard to do. There's one last second. We're going to get this in there. Right the way to the top on that. Basically, I've got a template for these pictures on Pixlr, and I'm just going in and editing those to get there in there. As you may have noticed, generally when it's a casting that I'm making, we're going for a slight comedy option usually, but it's not all the NPCs are my casting, particularly the villains. We put Kefka to the vote, and we will be putting the main antagonist, the Emperor, when we meet him, to the vote as well. So yar. Now we're copying this, pasting that. Putting it there, moving it down there. Yeah, that is actually a proper epic picture. And actually, I think, certainly latter era Kira would possibly be quite good of taking the lines and bringing out a bit less of a simp from the character. The game does only have 3 sort of official female characters, as it were, but all of them are, well, they are, yeah. One of them is very young, but they're all absolutely awesome, and they are not in any way, banned the battlefield. Okay, I'm out in public. Someone save me. You can do it. Wanting equal rights behind your video game storyline? Yeah, I know, right? Should sound good. You should sound like a feminist. Exactly. Yeah. That's any time I claim I sound like a feminist, exactly right, yeah. No, I hear you. What does the runic do? Does it actually... No. Runic is the name of the ability, and it's pretty amazing. It is, essentially, it is a... Oh, yes, thank you very much, a whole 3 women. Yeah, I know, right? 3 out of 12. I mean, for 1996, could have been worse. I mean... And 2 of the characters are of indeterminate gender, or non-gender, I suppose. Hydrate, thank you. Let us add Kira to our roster now, as we've got her thing going. Brilliant. Let us carry on then. And you are? Name's Locke. I'm with the Returners. You're a returner. Or at least I was, General Celis. Now I'm nothing but a traitor. Well, let's get going. You take me with you. Take my hand, we'll turn to the safe wave and that. Need a good girl out there. Okay. Don't worry, Mary Rose. I know there's people around, but you're going to be fine because you are absolutely very much a good girl, Mary Rose. No, I could barely walk. I'd never made it out of here. No, I appreciate it, but even if you got me out, you wouldn't be able to protect me. I'm better off waiting here for the executioner. At least that way I'll keep my pride. That's new. The keeping my pride thing is new, okay? So they're doing Yeah. Anyway, sorry. It's a good. That's they are trying to get the script better again in this current version with lots of things here and there. Grab's hand. I'll protect you. Trust me, you'll be fine. Wink. Let's go. Wait. And yes, in the French version, he does say "Allons-y." This soldier might have something on him that could help us get out of here. There's a clock key in his pocket. Take it, or stealing is wrong. Obtained old clock key. More soap and... Right, now, we need to make sure she's got some shit on her. I believe we are able to get a pirate cutlass or something like that for her quite quickly. Mithril knife. That's not very good, and she can't... See, you have to have the proper kind of sword for her to be able to use the runic ability, which is a slight issue too. But there we are. We'll get some other stuff for her soon. Social sonar. Neurotypical Samantha Lovecraft. And yes, we do have Keira Knightley on the cast now, Kat. Hello, Kat. Good for you to join. Yes, yeah, you just missed the chance to cast Celeste, but yeah, we have got Keira Knightley there, and I am decided that I'm going to make her a lot more sarcastic than Celeste is potentially meant to be, because A, Keira Knightley does sarcasm pretty well these days, and B, that way we should be able to circumvent some of that problem. Yeah, but I when I was in France, I played the game. I played the Game Boy Advance version of the game. This is the time I played the Game Boy Advance version of it. It's a great pick. I'm not mad. Me neither. I played the French version in order to help me learn French. So yeah. You know you've played a game possibly too many times when you have finished it in French as well as English. Now both of these guys are probably going to be. We're probably going to keep him front row. No, I think we're going to put Celeste back row because she has magic, and her magic is probably a better choice right now, considering she hasn't got much in the way of good weapons. You end up with a ridiculous amount of plumed hats in this game. It's also worth pointing out that Optimum is, it says in this game, which is the sort of the auto equip, isn't always actually the best equipment, because sometimes it's better to have other things going on. And the Optimum will only pick what is going to do the most damage, physical damage, if it's a weapon, or the most defense if it's armor. So, we got a clock key, and what was it that little girl said? She said, "Wind to the clock, wind to the clock." I wonder if that was a clue. Let's wind the clock. Boom! And there we are. A secret door has opened up. Amazing. It is an excellent strategy, Alex. Exactly, yeah. Book 2 was the first I ever read in English. Yeah, it works in another version by heart. Yeah, that. Exactly that. Because your native language is German, is that right, Alex? I think, if I remember rightly. I don't know what to dress up for. No. So here we are. We are now... Oh, that's new. Okay. Because, yeah, they didn't used to... That is definitely new for this version. They didn't used to show you the secret passages. Certainly not that one down there, because that leads to some goob, I think. Yes, German. Danke. Preemptive strike. Hooray, we get an attack in before they do. So 3 commanders. Oh, she can use runic with a mithril knife. That's good. And we're not going to bother, because we're going to use Blizzard on these guys. So, funnily enough, Terra is fire and Celeste is ice. That's their native magic use. But why does Celeste have magic? That's the real question, and we will find out soon. And exactly that, exactly what Squeezy said right there. Bump. School from grade 5, and my mum speaks it well. That's good. That is useful. Yeah. I mean, you see, in England, French or another language is mandatory, but we teach it so badly most people don't. Yep, A Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah, you have to dress up everyone. Make your grocery store your runaway. Exactly that. Make it your runaway. That's the way to say it. Iron armor. That's good. That's something we can shove on her. Bosh. Less agility, but you know what? I think we're going to go for the extra defense on this one, particularly magic defense. Yoga pants. I can't. Trousers, they are called. Yeah. This does make it much easier finding the secret stuff, I have to say. Normally you wouldn't be able to get those things. Vector hounds. Yes. Yeah, anyway, Runic, I should explain. It's not really useful at this moment, because these enemies really just do attack. Straight physical attacks. But what it does... Oh, I shouldn't have gone for an attack, sorry. Is that it automatically makes magic target her. So if someone casts anything magical... Oh, hello for you, Caitlin. She becomes the automatic target, so she tanks magic, but the magic then... Oh, and look, now she's physically tanking as well. Epic. You know what? We're going to go with an attack, so we're going to see if I can show you what a limit break. These are the first ever instance of limit breaks in Final Fantasy games. Nope. Okay. Essentially, if you are down like that, like that guy, and you use a fighting attack, then... I'm very good, thank you, Caitlin. Then you have a 1 in 16th chance of doing your crisis attack, which is essentially what became limit breaks and later on in the Final Fantasy world, which is a stupidly powerful attack. But usually it's so risky, it's not worth bothering. But they are pretty cool to look at when you do them. Anyway, let's use an item. This is it, people. It's a Final Fantasy game, and we're actually using items. Very rare, I know. But yeah, so she magic tanks, but then she doesn't get damaged by the spells that hit her. They instead, she basically recovers magic points. She absorbs the magic point cost of the spell, which is just freaking awesome when you're a good magic user, really. You just have to be careful how you use it, because if other characters cast magic, they will also get attracted to the runic, as it were. It's not just enemies. So you need to, yeah. But used properly, it's absolutely crushing against magic using enemies. And also, it's worth saying that he must end up one of those listicles in a weirdly... oh, damn right. Right. Why is Locke being so bad at hitting things right now? You've got your friggin' air weapon. Use it, you div. Why? Oh, there you go. That's better. Do. My day has been okay. Not too bad. It's been a little bit... No. I mean, I had a nap, and that's made life better. Let's put it that way. See, now, this was a super top secret area of actually getting here originally. Now, because you didn't used to see those passages when you went in. Oh, great. Yes. Hell yes, we're going for a Mid-Atlantic accent. That's a great idea. I think that's a perfect time, because we are in the middle of the romance plot. So or the beginning of the romance plot anyway. 5-minute timer for the Mid-Atlantic accent. Let's do it. One moment. Come on. Online stopwatch, I know. Yep. Come on. Set it and start. There we are. Okay, so like I say, it was very hard to usually find the this area, because it has something quite good in there. Mid-gen while I'm picking tomato. That's a great idea. You pick your tomato, Mary Rose, while I'm talking this. Had a nap. Priorities. It was a good nap as well. I needed it. We have a high ether there. Not very amazing. But if I remember rightly, one of these places has a ribbon in it, and ribbons are very good. Ah, I remember now, because this is also hidden, isn't it? There it is. A ribbon. That is a very rare relic. which is very useful, and we're going to put it on Celeste, because if you are wearing a ribbon, then you are prevented from all status ailments at all. So she cannot be poisoned, she cannot be zombified. Yes, that's a status ailment in here, being turned into a zombie. She cannot be blinded or any of those things now. It's wonderful, and it's pronounced tomato. In mid accent it would be tomato. Tomato. But yes, not tomato. That's not correct, as I'm sure you're aware. I know this because I'm English, and I have an RP accent usually. So the way I pronounce things are a bugger. I think we might be going to get killed here if we're not careful. Luckily, she's got cure. But I can't target both of us, can I? Well, bugger wank. I know who knew a ribbon could do so much good. It does explain that the ribbon is and the ribbon, for those Final Fantasy aficionados out there, is a classic Final Fantasy item. You see them in a lot of the games, and it always does the same thing. Prevents all status ailments, as it were. We are currently in quite a bit of trouble. I'm really hoping Loke will actually bloody hit something this time. Good man. Good man. Potato. That's how you pronounce it. But yes, like I say, I normally speak in a received pronunciation British accent, which means that I don't actually have an accent. This is what the words sound like when I normally talk, when they're being pronounced correctly, which is why we know it is definitely tomato. Saying tater, that is obviously an option. One could do that. That is I say, good. Fuck off, you stupid dog. I forgot, if there's one of them, only one dog left, they will run away. Jed is secretly from some professional voice actor. Indeed. I mean, I'm trying to be a professional voice actor right now. Let's be honest, that is true. I am a semi-professional voice actor. I now have a respectable amount for the stage of my career that I'm at, coming in through my Patreon, and I am taking commissions. Do not forget, people. Commissions are available. An earring, now that is also a fantastic relic for someone like Celes. Or for anyone who uses magic. You remember we had a... yes, that's okay. I know, everyone does have an accent. It is a joke. A Jimmy Carr joke, in fact, about the words being pronounced correctly. You may remember the Gygus Gauntlet that we had, or whatever it was called, Gygus Glove, which increases the physical damage you do. An earring is exactly the same for magic, but you can wear two of them, and they stack, because you wear two earrings, obviously. And anyone can wear them, because in this game, and I think it's time for me to reveal this, they can't right now, but later on, everybody, and I do mean everybody, will be able to cast magic, which, up until this, was a reasonably new thing. Final Fantasy V, you kind of had that ability as well, because they had a very fun system with jobs, but before that, only certain people could use magic. I know. It is all jokes, indeed. But you'll see now that her ice does more damage than it used to. Jade takes to the live performance of Fantasy or gushes the how much she loves it, and you bring it on, Caitlin. Fucking bring it. I will fucking sing Music of the Night if you are willing to pay enough. Now wait, there are two chests up there we haven't got, and that is the way out, so let's go back there. Taters. Rural Canadian. I've never really been to rural Canada that much. No, that's not true. I have been to rural BC. What was the name of the town I've been to? It's about 5 hours. I know you love it. Oh, yes. Oh, what can I say? Oh, and there is the end of the Mid-Atlantic accent. Thank you very much for redeeming that, Mary Rose. But yeah, let me just get these out there. Well, if you want me actually talking about Phantom and saying it's my favourite play, there already is a script out there that I have filled. Well, the third audio I did, in fact, a right bit of Kit's first script, which at the time they thought wasn't going to get filled, and I looked at it and just, why has no one filled this thing? It's a friends to lovers scenario. It is very much a kind of. It is something that will very much sort of tick your someone's sort of codependent longing, unrequited codependency fulfillment box, as it were, and it does reference Phantom quite a bit in there, and I went with that. It is called Savor Every Sensation, I believe. I believe it's meant to be Savor Each Sensation, but I made a mistake. The reason we're not bothering stealing is because they haven't got anything of any interest, and the reason we're only killing one of them is because the other one's going to run away. But you can see now the Blizzard is doing more damage than it did because we've got the earring equipped. And earrings are like one of the things that we'll be equipping on pretty much everyone all the frickin' time because it's such a useful relic. Heavy shield and a great sword. There we are. Now we've got some proper equipment for her. And at this point, I think now we've got her heavy shield and so on, I'm all right to move her to the front row. Because we're going to want to save some of those magic points for a bit until we start getting those. It was a play show. It was nice. Yes, I did do that. I did one of those as well. But yeah, seriously, check. See you later, Mary Rose. Have a great time. Been lovely having you here as always. Do check out that audio, Savor and Sensation, if you want to hear me gush about Andrew Lloyd Webber. I did put in some improvs about other theatre stuff as well, because I couldn't. But that one actually does have, in the tags, content warning, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Still, I know the dogs have got something. I know it's not any use, though. So the thing about steel in Final Fantasy games is usually... well, you're back. Wow, that didn't take long, Mary Rose. Are you okay? Hi, Beck. Oh, Jesus, Caitlin. Really? Technically, doing dad jokes like that is Fox's thing, but... as soon as you said bye to me. Brilliant. Can steal. Why not? Now, the fact that we can't steal from it suggests that they only have one item and it's going to be in their rare slot, but I don't think it's a very good item. For someone like an elixir, it's totally worth going for, obviously. But yeah, I should be killing these things rather than fucking about, really. Yep. Whatever joke. Yeah, that's right. Exactly that, but yeah. And there are some in-jokes in that one. People who have listened to my audios know one of my sort of regular things is that whenever it's set in an office for whatever reason, I have some sort of silly in-jokes going on in background noise when the characters are quiet, with sort of background characters in the office saying things. And there's a couple of Andrew Lloyd Webber references in that audio. We don't want you gone, Mary Rose. Ask them to pronounce unionised. Hey. Unions are a fantastic thing. No one disses unions on my watch. Unions have saved many, particularly in England, unions have saved many a career. Unions are the reasons we have contracts and shit here. And bosses can't just fire you because they don't like you. Listen to some office audios do. But yeah, that one had... let me see, I've got a guy saying... one of them is quoting Jesus Christ Superstar, I know. I'm trying to think what the other one quotes, but yeah. Desperate strike. Oh no. Right, come on, get through this battle. We're bored of these battles. The enemies are really boring. They don't do anything interesting. We don't want them to ever turn up again. Aha, there we are. Nearly there now. Yeah, there isn't actually anything in there, is there? Oh, nearly there. Oh, and yes, the tartar sauce audio is wonderful. Oh, unionized. Very good, Alex. Okay, gotcha. You know, I think we should run. We're gonna die. We're gonna actually die if we can. What is I need to press to run? That's it. No, that's auto battle. Piss. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh shit! Shit! I'm gonna die. 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 Stop the auto battling, for the love of God. Oh my God, this is lucky. Okay, right, cure, you silly cow, cure. No, you're not a silly cow. You're an Imperial General. God, do it. Oh, praise God. Okay, that was nearly bad. Missed. Yeah. Reddit is NSFW, SFW is Patreon. That's right. It works written down. Yeah. I get it. Yeah, exactly. They're all on Reddit. I don't have any NSFW orders on my Patreon. I have a very unique way of doing things. But yeah, all my NSFW stuff is available for free on Reddit and Soundgasm, etc. All my safe work stuff is behind a paywall on Patreon. I know it's normally the opposite of the way things are doing, but I have my reasons, and so far it's working quite well. Why are you helping me? You remind me a lot of someone. What's it matter anyway? I'm helping you because I want to. It is a confusing one, but it is a fun one. Kelowna, that's the place in rural Canada I've been. Rural BC. Right, we've got it. We've done it. We got out. Not the end of the scenario yet. We've got to get through that cave. Do you remember that cave we came through once? Right, putting on his tent. Like I say, they all have their own tents. It's great. Right. That's not the cave. That's the cave. Yeah. There are good things in the books of pretty much everyone, except some Americans who've been taught to hate them because, well, propaganda. Okay, we're coming to the end of the scenario. When we have got through this cave, the scenario will be over, and that is when we're going to be ending the stream, people, just so you know. And we will, actually, I'll let you choose which scenario we do next, and then we'll end the stream. Now remember that you'll also see that there's some actual bad guys now. The bad guys have been upgraded from the last time we were in this cave, and also so have the chests. I told you last time that if we came back and got the chests later, they had better stuff into it. But we're still not going to open the chests because we are going to come back here one more time one more time when we have to go through this flipping cave again. Exactly that, basically. Good thing, actually, yeah. Here we go. Okay. Just gonna change one thing. Patreon, Reddit. Sorry, yep. It's an NSFW audio. Yes, it's on Reddit. Sorry. Patreon has my book reading of Pride and Prejudice. It has my reading Shakespeare's sonnets. It has a ongoing audio drama, which is called Handling Baggage, which will be having its final episode next month, but we will be starting a new audio drama next month as well. It also has a comfort audio every month now as well, at least one, and often there are random bonus things on there as well. Usually will be sort of BFE or Friends to Lovers improvs that I'll do, but it's always safe for work stuff on there. That's crack. When I say crack, I mean gum. What's that noise? So we're about to go into a boss battle. I'm just going to change his air knife for the main gush because I want the agility bonus. And I'm going to jump the to try and steal from this boss. And that is a recovery spring, so we'll do that. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I actually had illegal stuff. Hey, I don't judge, guys. Do what you need to do. Whatever you need to get through the day, people. Numbclaw. That, of course, that unfortunately is not a status thing that gets dealt with. What is the tartar sauce one? Sorry, the tartar sauce one is probably one of the best named audios I have as well. The name of the audio is "Okay, you're a magician. Please stop pelting me with fast food and sit on my face." I'm so happy with it. Drugs. I mean, it depends on the drug, really, I think. Okay, right. I was going to move her into the back row because she will not be doing fighting in this because she's going to be runicking the whole battle, basically. Well, this is the thing, you know, depends on the drug, because some of them will calm you the fuck down and make you act like a normal human if you have ADHD. What is that? Something's coming through the wall. Tunnel armor. If that thing hits us with its magic, they'll be scrubbing 2 big scorch marks off the wall. So what are we supposed to do? Don't worry. I'll draw its magic with my runic blade. And you'll be okay. Just you watch. Right, so we're going to have him try and steal for a while, and then she's going to runic it. Oh, there we are, we got it. We already got the air knife. Done. Okay, right, we've stolen the thing that it's got, so we don't need to do any more stealing. We can get down to kicking its ass, I suppose. And she's basically going to keep using that. Ah, so that was nasty. It managed to get an attack in during the tiny gap when our runic wasn't working, so we're going to need to... Here we are, boom! You see, we absorb it. So we're going to have to try and get him back up. Exactly, only overseen by a professional, yeah. Gum's not as... There are worse coping mechanisms than that. Bollocks, we're in trouble. Okay, right, high potion on her right now. She can't be poisoned, thankfully. Runic blade. Bollocks! Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. We are in trouble, people. That one hit on him really messed up everything. Okay. Okay, wait till that attack happens. Phoenix down again. Problem is now, if it... Ah, piss. Right, we're going to need to runic again because it's about to do another magic attack. I know it is. I'm sure it is. Yep, there we are. And that would have offed her right there. And we haven't saved for a while, people. I'm just very aware we have not saved for a while. And we can't do the whole runic tank thing if... There we are, that's okay, that's gonna... Oh, piss! Bollocks! Wank! Okay, right. I think it's gonna fucking kill us, because I did... The problem is that one poison attack... I know, right? Just like that, for fuck's sake. Hit at the moment when... she wasn't using runic, because we'd just choose the attack. So we're going to have to keep basically doing this until they're both standing up, which is a bit shit, really. That, however, might be what makes the difference. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, you bastards. Okay, high potion to you. High potion to you. Bollocks! No, we haven't made a death count yet, but there's a good chance we may need it. We only got 2 fucking Phoenix downs left, and we haven't done anything like enough damage to this thing to win yet. Piss! Come on, Lee, don't do this to me. Why? 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 I thought we were friends, game. Yes, that's what we wanted to happen. That's it. That's it. Come on. 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 There we are. This is why you have more than 2 party members, people. Right, we're there. We're there. We got it. Get the runic out. Get the runic out. Get it out. Brilliant. Now we're in business. Right, okay. Now, the fight should be easy now, in theory. She keeps runicking. He keeps bashing the fucker. There we are. Poison. Boom. The whole thing being that it occasionally will use those physical attacks on us, but otherwise, every time it uses magic, and it uses a lot of magic, all that's going to happen is she's going to absorb it. And like I say, it's freaking cool. You know, if you're up against an enemy that uses a lot of magic, and we're going to be up against quite a few bad guys in the future that do. There are fire. Boom. It completely nullifies them in that regard. And she recovers her own magic points. So she becomes, as one of the magic users, as a main magic user in the game, she is fucking badass. Because she essentially never needs to use items or whatever to recover her magic, because she just gets it from other fuckers. Badass, I say. What a typo. I also use gum to come. I mean... Cope. I mean, if gum is what you're currently going for, I recommend using my Lovents affiliate link. You'll find they're much more effective. Did anyone take part in the hashtag Lovents orgy yesterday, by the way? I was not able to for reasons, but I hope you guys that did had a lot of fun. Magitech laser, that counts as magic as well. 20 magic points we get for that fucker. There we go! We did it! Boomf. Whew, that was... I should have saved before we went to the fucking cave, shouldn't I? I really should. That was bad. Anyway. Items. We got an elixir. That's nice. Whew, looks like we're finally in the clear. And that is locked scenario. Now, we are going to finish, guys. Before we do, let's choose whose scenario we'll be opening with next week when Celebrity Final Fantasy 6 continues. We will probably... if I run out of a stick of gum, yeah, generally. We'll probably have time for both of them next time, I think. But it is up to you guys. Are we going to start with Sabin, or are we going to start with a trio? That is up to you, my friends. Let's find out. Start on the poll. Take a vote, and then we'll head off. And while we're doing that, I'll do my usual end of stream chat. Thank you all so very much for turning up. Please don't forget, there are many ways you can interact with me besides this. You all know about Reddit, I'm quite sure, but there are other places. If you really want to support what I do, the best way to support me is by becoming one of my patrons and joining my Patreon. But obviously, if you can't always afford a monthly payment, that is fine. You can buy me something from my Amazon wishlist, which you can find from that link. The link tree I've just posted has all the addresses. Or you can, of course, commission me if you wish now, which is also on the link tree too. I have 2 spaces left from my link trees right now. I'm glad you did order one, Mary Rose. You will be able to find me back here next week. Hopefully, same time, we'll be doing the next installment of Celebrity Final Fantasy VI and see where we end up when these 2 scenarios are over. And it looks like we're in a bit of a division here. We got 3-2 so far to see who is going to be starting next time. Like I say, we should be going through both of them with any luck. And let me try to think of, is there anything else? I'm not sure. Let us find let's find another stream to raid anyway, shall we? Here's who who should we do? We'll find someone kind of someone small, who is a streamer. I like to stream. I like to raid music channels usually because they're just because it's always a nice sort of, if there isn't someone playing a game that I know people are going to like, it's a nice chilled way to go to afterwards, and it is thing. So I think we're gonna go raid this this young lady here, who seems to be doing some quite chill music, and we're all in favour of that. And meanwhile, back to the post. It's Sabin. We'll be doing Sabin first, and then we'll do that there. So yeah, do check the Cat Bum Biscuits. Jesus Christ. We will be doing more of this next week. You can also catch me doing streams all the freaking time. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel and the things here. If you can, if you don't have to run away desperately, please do come along for the raid and say hi. Maybe press follow on the button. It means that more people will come and follow me back. It just helps all around. And we will do that now. Thank you very much. See you all again very soon. And good night, darling.